Mic check. My mic sound nice. Check one. My mic sound nice. Check two. My mic sound nice. Check three. Are you ready to rock, y'all? To the beat, y'all. What up? Your boy Heaven Hollywood. We are here. Heaven Hollywood Experience on the late night tip. So everybody out there in Twitch that's rocking with us on Twitch, twitch.tv / Heaven Hollywood. Everyone's rocking with you on the IE network. That is IE Network TV. Also, the Patreon is good to get us join the Patreon, patreon.com / the IE Network. Because after an hour into the live, you can no longer see it on YouTube. So you're going to need to be on Twitch, or you're going to need to be on the Patreon to continue on with the broadcast. All right. Tonight, it's should Nicki Minaj quit music due to disrespect. We have someone drop a video, and we're going to check that video out. Also, is Kendrick Lamar getting ready to drop? I see the Drake fans starting to panicking. Drake fans starting to panic because there's word that Kendrick Lamar is going to be dropping. There's also word that he has a joint coming out, possibly with Jay-Z. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Also, I made a video that I'm going to show y'all. It was a Drake fan. He was responding to the things that were going on. What up, Marcel? He responded to the things that was going on in Toronto, where the guy played remember the guy played They Not Like Us? And one of the Toronto people, or Toronto Torians, or whatever you want to call them, came and smashed the dude's speaker. Then it looks like that dude got packed up. Looked like the dude got packed up a little later. I'm in the building. My boy. I'm have to give me a more wrench. I'll make sure by the next time I make that happen. My girl Kenzie's in the building. Definitely got to give me a more a wrench. He be holding me down. Kenji is in the building. I'm holding her down. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Ryan Clark fired from ESPN, as we all know. Hip hop is back off the Billboard charts again. I thought the Iceman was coming to save hip hop. Now, I'm serious. I thought Iceman been out 3 months. Now that song, what is it? Something about STFU or whatever. Now that just did leave the top 10, but you're gonna tell me it dropped off the top 10 to nothing? It didn't drop down to like 50 or 60. How did STFU Janice was in the top 10 for 10 weeks, and then this week it dropped off the charts completely? That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. How would it go from being in the top 10 to not being in nothing? Fell from top 10 to not mentioned at all. To your bodyguards, Uchi Wally versus better than yours. Darian Warren in the building. I think she should and do something else. Because when she had words with Miley Cyrus, one of those Disney kids, and when he found out who her dad was and had big connections, he ruined everything. You were right. It's a J line for everything. That's what I'm saying, Kenji. And Darian Warren. You are absolutely right when you say that. However, even though it took some time, Nicki Minaj was able to bounce back from that. She's never really recovered fully on the pop side, because after that, all of the pop producers that she was working with, the Nancy Dean or whatever the hell her name is, like all of those people, yeah, they stopped working with her because, what's his name? Miley Cyrus' Godfather has a lot of pull. But that didn't really stop her on the hip hop side. But as far as pop, Nicki Minaj had that nice mixture of pop and hip hop. And a lot of pop producers wanted to work with her. But then once that happened, she was really just left with, the SA dude, Dr. Luke. And although Dr. Luke makes great music, people always still turn up their nose to Dr. Luke ever since the Kesha situation. But before that, man, she couldn't miss with these pop joints. Esther Dean, that's what I think she was working with. She couldn't miss with these pop joints. And then once he put that Bob Iser, I believe his name is, put the word out, said nobody's to work with Nicki Minaj on this pop side until she gives my daughter a public apology for calling her a bitch on national television. And Nicki Minaj basically told him to kick rocks with Meek Mill in her ear. Yeah, you're the queen. You're a queen. You don't know nobody nothing. Tell him to shut up. Tell him shut up. Meek was trying to feel like a big man because everything Meek was saying at that point, remember, he wasn't managed by Jay yet. He wasn't in good with Jay yet. So Meek was trying to fit in, and she get ready to go to the award. Make sure you thank me. Make sure you thank me. And she's like, me? Come on. You go up there, make sure you thank me. Say you're going to thank your man. Thank your man. Like, Meek. So Meek was in there acting on some lame shit. Oh, make sure you thank me. Like, so Meek want to make everything about him and her. They did this couple BS. He went and begged her till she finally linked him with her managers. And the managers was like, this dude is bad for your image. What are you dating down? You might as well stay with Safari. See, the management, they liked Safari. Because Safari, let her do the lap dances, but once Meek Mill got into it, ain't gonna be no more than lap dances. I'm letting you know that now. That ain't gonna happen. I'm from Philly. We don't do that. So Meek started messing up her whole schmeal that she was doing, giving the men lap dance. If you notice, she stopped pulling men out of the audience. She used to pull men. That was part of her routine. How Usher and Chris Brown is doing it. So she wasn't to that extreme, but she used to pull men out of the audience and give them lap dances. And he was like, you ain't gonna be doing that. No more kids. You ain't kissing no more niggas. She kissed Wayne on the lips. He had a fit. You ain't gonna be doing that no more. So Nicki Minaj kind of like going through that whole phase with Meek Mill. I'm gonna put that on the Patreon, man. I'm gonna put that whole thing, how Meek Mill totally changed Nicki Minaj and kind of started her, with this downward spiral that ended up having a head-on-head collision with a hate train. By the time her hate train is hitting her, Meek Mills was up out of there. He helped create the hate train. He was the one, they were, at that time allegedly heavy on pills. They were heavy on pills. Pills and potion. They were heavy on the pills, and Meek Mill wasn't helping. He was he's the reason why she said something to Taylor Swift, who she never had an issue with. They was both on pills, and he was gassing her up. That's the reason why Nicki Minaj said something to Taylor Swift. She had no problem with Taylor Swift. But you get out there, you got the new boyfriend, you're fucking, arguing, fucking again, arguing, fucking, arguing, fucking again, arguing. He putting the barrier in the back. Everybody talk to you. Ain't nobody gonna talk to you the way they used to. I'm here now. I'm gonna protect you. You let that white bitch say nothing to you. You the queen. And that's when all of a sudden she started mouthing off. She was always happy before that. Before she got with Meek Mill. Now, I know she had issues with Safari, personal issues, but when it came down to her in the music and performing, whatever, and going on Ellen and this, that, and the third, she was always happy. That's because Safari stayed out of the way. Safari didn't want to be in the spotlight. Safari didn't care if people didn't know they were together. Safari didn't care if she introduced him as her hype man. He didn't care. As long as he was blowing her back out at night, he didn't care. He was driving around in the Lamborghini just like her. Or Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever. So he said, I don't care. Buying him stuff, and he started tricking off her credit card. That's when things started to go left for her because she didn't mind Safari using her credit card, but it's like, my G, what are you doing? What are you buying on my credit card? I'm not seeing this. So what he had started doing was using her credit card and was tricking off on other bitches. Right? He was tricking off on other bitches. What's up, Crimson? Remember when Safari, hold on, I'll tell you exactly. See if it's still out there. Hold on. Right? Here it is right here. So, hold on. Hold on, I'll get this picture. So, this is who. This is the girl, one of the girls that Safari was dating behind Nicki Minaj's back. Because right after she broke up with him, he popped out with this girl. She was like a Rihanna lookalike. Candace, I think her name was like Candace Brooks or something like that. Candace Brooke. And the moment Nicki made it official and she had left him and was still messing with Meek, and after Safari popped, Safari went on the Breakfast Club to pretty much say, oh, how Nicki treated him so bad, and this, that, and the other. Safari said, oh well, I might as well pop out with my new thing. And her name is Candace Brooke. Let me see. I think this was him right here, getting out of the car with her. See? Hold on. This was right after Nicki Minaj said, let known to the world that she was over. Yep, absolutely right. Nicki Minaj was happened before Meek Mill. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're using this because we're going to get into what this TikToker said. We're going to start off the night. We're just going to start off in high gear. Should Nicki Minaj retire from music for the disrespect? And let's see. So this was Safari and Candace Brooke. See the video play. Now TMZ be bugging. Mm-hmm. If I play it, they'll probably ding me. But that was her. But I did a video earlier, and I'm going to show y'all the video. All right. It should be posted by now. So we're going to start off. I reacted to a video, a TikToker by the name of Jay Janae came out with a video, and she said she believes Nicki Minaj should quit music. All right. So hold on. All right. Let's get to it. So, TikToker, her name is Jay Janae. All right. She says Nicki Minaj should quit music basically because we don't deserve her. All right. Now, I'm reacting to her and I'm going to stop it If anybody has any questions in the chat, make sure you'll put it in there. Now, what's up, BK Banger, Harlem's own gangster? Make sure if y'all got any questions to put in the chat. All right. Let me make this bigger. What up, y'all? Your boy, Hollywood, in the building. So this Nicki Minaj fan says that Nicki Minaj should never make music again, and she wants to know why we do Nicki Minaj like that. So let's check out what she got to say, and maybe we can give her some answers. All right?
If I was Nicki Minaj, I would never make music ever again. Cause why y'all do her like that? No, come here, come here, come here. It's just so funny seeing all these posts and all these YouTube videos about the state of female rap now. Because it's almost 10 years later from 2018, we're starting to see the effects of the things that you guys allowed. And it's like, this is what y'all wanted, remember? Like, right? This is what y'all wanted, poopy butts. Then I see a TikTok that said, y'all tried to replace Nicki Minaj with a Mexican who don't even write music. And that right there made my stomach hurt. Because when you break it down like that into simpler, like a simpler text like that, ain't no way y'all did that.
So, first of all, let me go back to what this said right here.
Break it down like that.
So, she said, y'all tried to replace Nicki Minaj with a Mexican that don't even write music. And me being petty, I put this screenshot up. Right? The screenshot says Cardi B is one of the most awarded women in ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Music Awards history. She has won the prestigious ASCAP Songwriter of the Year award in the past and has taken home a total of 32 ASCAP awards, cementing her status as one of the most decorated female songwriters in the industry. So already right out the gate, you see, there's this narrative, right? Just because Cardi B, and I know where it comes from. Just because Cardi B said, I don't care. So what does party help with? I'll get to that, Kenji. Just fine. So I'll explain this. I've explained this in the past, but I'll explain it again. Like for the people who did not hear me in the past. I'm a member of ASCAP, so I know how it works. All right. There is this narrative that Cardi B just calls up Party or calls up whoever, Offset or whatever, and just have them recite her bars, recite her hooks, recite her melodies, and then she just like karaoke goes into the studio and then rehearses what they tell her to say. That is 100% false. All right? Because first of all, when you look on credits, right? Let me just look on a credit. Credit. Okay, hold on. So let's say the record Up. Right? Take the record Up. I'm going to share the screen in a minute. Okay. Let me share the screen. I'm going to go back to her. School is in session. Let me teach y'all because these narratives, like people rubbing that. One of my pet peeves are people that don't know what they're talking about, but they swear they know what they're talking about. I hate that. And even Nicki Minaj made a comment about that. She was like, if y'all don't know what you're talking about, it's really best that y'all don't say shit. Nicki Minaj even said that to her own fan base. So let's go down to lyrics on up, right? I'm on Genius. Now let's go down to credits, song, lyrics, right? Okay. Producers, Sean Island, DJ Swanquo, Young DGA. Writers, G6, right? Who's a writer and a producer. Sean Island, who's a producer, right? Partisan Fontaine, who's a writer. Young Dizza is a producer. So now remember, on the writer's credits, the producers are going to get writer's credits if they produce the record. All right? So they're going to get publishing credit. DJ Swandu, who was a producer on the record. So Sean Island, DJ Swanquo, and Young DGA were the producers. So they're going to go under writers as well. Right? And Cardi B. So now, so you just seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names under writers. But we know Sean Island, DJ Swanquo, and Young Dizza are producers, right? So that leaves G6, right? Partisan Fontaine, and Cardi B. So they're the ones who came out with the lyrics. So first thing first, if you see Cardi B's name there under writer, why do people continue to say she don't write? Why do people say she don't even write? But you look under writers and there's her name. Your name is not going to be on there if you just rap. Your name ain't going to be under writer. Right? So why do people continue to carry on this narrative that she doesn't write? Right? Now, if it's 3 writers, Partisan Fontaine, G6, and Cardi B, right? From looking at that, how can y'all tell me who wrote what? Tell me. You look at those 3 names. Does it tell you who wrote what? Because you can say, broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. And that could be the only thing you thought of. Guess what? Your name's going under writer. It don't matter if you only thought of one line. It don't matter if you only thought of one word. Your name is going on the writer. I was in the studio when Nicki Minaj did it on him. I was in the studio when she recorded it, at least part of it. You know what part of that song Safari came up with? So Nicki Minaj was writing a song, and she out the gate said, I want all of the verses to start off with, all you bitches is my sons. She was like, now what I have to do is I want to start, I know how I want to start off the verse, but I want to make every verse different. And I have to give some sort of description of the word son. So what she first said in the first line, all ye bitches is my sons, right? Okay. How's that line go? Wait a minute. You Nicki fans should know. What's the first line that did it on them? All these bitches is my sons. What did she say after that? Let me see. Nicki Minaj did it on them lyrics. Right? Okay. And just to prove what I said before was right, okay? Let's go down. Hold on a minute. See? Look at this. So, everybody says Nicki Minaj writes her music, right? But when you go to Did It On Them, and you go to writers, what does it say? Justin Ellington, Bangladesh, who produced the track, Nicki Minaj, and Safari. That's 4 writers. Take away one because you know he's the producer. Bangladesh doesn't write. Bangladesh produces, but his name's on the writer. So we see here that there's 3 other writers. Well, 2 other writers other than Nicki Minaj. How come nobody ever said Nicki Minaj don't write her own rhymes? How come nobody ever said Nicki Minaj don't write her own music? Because there's other writers on there. It's the same thing. Right? It's the same thing. Justin Ellington, Safari, and Nicki Minaj is responsible for the writing. How can you tell who wrote what? Unless you're in the studio, you can't. Right? I happen to be in the studio for this recording. And I know for a fact Safari came up with one line. And it started off verse 3. Nicki Minaj had already did All These Bitches Is My Sons. And I'm going to go ahead, what did it say? And I'm going to go and get some bibs for him, right? Because remember, she said she wanted 3 different versions, 3 different entendres for son. Second verse. The stone is flawless, F1. I keep shooters in the top in the F1, right? So now she went back to, because she ended it with, you ain't my son, you're my mother effing stepson. So now she starts off the third verse. Now she was going to make this the second verse, but she couldn't think of something. And she said, I want to start the third verse off the same way I started off the first verse. And she said, I'm trying to think of another thing with sons. And she said, all these bitches is my sons. And Safari said, and I don't mean Phoenix. Right? That's what Safari said. He was like, you know, the Phoenix son. And Nicki said, oh, yeah, that's right. Nicki wasn't familiar with, you know, the basketball teams or back then, right? So he said, and I don't mean Phoenix. All she did was just move around. She said, okay, I'm going to use that. And she went from, and I don't mean, but I don't mean, for that's what he said. He said, she said, all these bitches is my sons. And then Safari said, but I don't mean Phoenix. And then he was like, the Phoenix Suns, the basketball team. So then she just changed it to all these bitches is my sons. And I ain't talking about Phoenix. But because Safari said, but I don't mean Phoenix, Nicki Minaj just changed it to, but I'm not talking about Phoenix. Boom. There's Safari's writing credit. And I could tell you that that is the only thing he did on that song. I was right there. But he gets a writing credit because he came up with that. Now, for someone who is not in the studio, right? How would you know which writers wrote what? You don't. But you know who does know? ASCAP. ASCAP. Right? The only people who know who wrote what on a song are the artists who were in the studio and these people right here. ASCAP. ASCAP is who cuts your publishing checks if you're a part of ASCAP like me, or if you're a part of if you're not a part of ASCAP, you're part of BMI. There might be another one by now, but from as long as I've known it, there's only been 2 publishing companies for the music business for as long as I've known. ASCAP and BMI. You have to go through ASCAP to get paid for your songwriting. How does ASCAP know? Good question. I'll tell you how. When you write a song, right? When you write a song, this is licensing. You have to register your song with ASCAP. All right? You have to register your song with ASCAP. Now, when you send your song in to ASCAP, there's a form you have to fill out to register this song. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Membership licensing. I don't want to sign in because it's too much. So, form. Hold on. Licensing. Schedule. You get licensing here for everything through ASCAP. You get the television music license for the songs that are going to be on TV. For songs that's in the fitness faculty, you get paid for that. For songs that's in restaurant and bars and nightclubs, podcasts, all that, right? Let me see if I can see. Song register form. Wait, song register form for ASCAP. Register, so you have to sign in to register ASCAP, log into your member access portal, and navigate to register or work under Work Labs. Right? It says here, information you need to complete the form. Okay. Work title, the official name of the song, writer information, your legal name, writer role, composer author, your IPI, which is your interested parties information number, and your exact share percentage. You remember that Insta Live when Megan asked Cardi if Cardi finished her verse yet? No, but I'm not saying he didn't finish her verse or start her verse or put something in her verse, whatever. It happens, like I just said. But you have to write. You have to be responsible for, I believe it is 66%. I think the only thing you need to be responsible for is 66% of the song. And you will be eligible to get a award from ASCAP from songwriting. Cardi B, I believe, has won 32 ASCAP awards. And Party Fontaine, I don't know, has won any. For any of those records, wait a minute. What songs has Cardi B won ASCAP awards for? Cardi B has won over 30 ASCAP awards, largely recognized for her work as a songwriter or co-writer on most performed tracks. Some of her notable hit songs that earned ASCAP awards include Bodak Yellow, I Like It with Maroon 5. So she obviously wrote those bars. Finesse with Bruno Mars. So she obviously wrote those bars. Girls Like You, Maroon 5. No, I Like It is with what are them? I like it like that. That's the dude, Spanish dude. Bartier Cardi featuring 21 Savage. Ring featuring Kalani. Motorsport with the Migos and Nicki Minaj. All right. Says here, Cardi B receives ASCAP Voice of the Culture Award. Hold on, y'all. So right here, Cardi B received the Voice of Culture from ASCAP.
Yeah, big girl world. I got a big girl world. Yeah. Big ass guy. How y'all doing, everybody? Thank you so much, ASCAP, for this honor. Wow. It really means a lot to me. Okay, so this speech is everything. Okay, my voice has always been a reflection of what I live, of what I'm living, which I feel like is a true representation of the people, of the culture, of my friends, of my family, of the environment that I grew up in, of my situations, of everything. And I like to put that in my music, my joys, my pains, my drama, my fights, everything. And I want to tell you something for the writers. I hate the idea that if you don't write every line on your own, that it makes what you have to say not real. Music is a collaboration. It has always been. The biggest hits, the greatest records come from teamwork. They come from sharing experiences, energy, pain, and joy. It's not about ego, it's about impact. And I love my team. And I love that my team have become one of my best friends. And we have become best friends making music.
So you hear what she said there, right? Most of these are collaborations. But she can't get that award if she's not responsible for at least 66% of that writing. All right. So if Partisan Fontaine wrote most of it, she couldn't get an award for it. He would be getting the award for it. How does they know what right? Because number one, nobody is going to give up checks. Nobody's giving up publishing checks. So when you send in the song, they ask you on the form, what percentage of this song are you responsible for? 5%, 10%, 1%, 50%, 60%, 65%. And you have to put down what percentage of the song you're responsible for. I wrote verse 1, verse 2, and so wrote verse 3. Or I wrote verse 1, we split verse 2. I wrote the first hook, he wrote the second hook, he wrote the bridge. I wrote the last verse. So you have to explain all this to ASCAP because ASCAP is going to pay one time. And if y'all don't get the right percentage, it's on you. And they ain't going to redo it. So that's why they tell you when you're filling out them forms, make sure you send in the right information because y'all know the information. And now they used to require, I don't know whether they still require that. They might just require screenshot, whatever. But they used to require a copy. They used to require a copy, and you would have to send them That's when people were just writing songs on paper. You would have to send them the original copy of the song. And then you would have to say, okay, I wrote 65% of it or 66% of it. Partisan Fontaine wrote 30% of it. Joe Schmo wrote 5% of it. And the other Joe Schmo did the music. And then that's how they pay you out. And when it comes to ASCAP Awards, the person who's responsible for 66% of songwriting, they're the ones who are eligible for the awards. So I had to point that out because the young lady who's making the videos, and she's not the only person. Now I sat and explained to y'all that, like she said in her speech, she doesn't write 100% of every song, but she's still a songwriter and she still writes her music. It's just like Drake, right? It's just like Drake with Quentin Miller. There were some songs that Quentin Miller wrote for Drake. But you can't say Quentin Miller, Drake don't write his own rhymes. He just don't write all of his music. But he still writes the majority of it. Drake still writes the majority of his stuff. Right? So let's go back to Old Girl.
Into simpler, like a simpler text like that, ain't no way y'all did that.
So, first of all, who's the Mexican? Cardi B? Is that who they're referring to? So, let's right out the gate. Cardi B is not Mexican. All right? I believe Cardi B is part Trinidadian. And here it says, Cardi B is a Black Latina. Her race is Black and her ethnicity is Afro-Caribbean. She was born in the United States, making her nationality American. Her heritage is a mix of Dominican and Trinidadian. Her father is from the Dominican Republic, and her mother is from Trinidad and Tobago. So why do y'all call Cardi B Mexican? Why do people call Cardi B Mexican? Is that like because you're trying to insult her, and that is what's wrong with Mexicans? Y'all got something against Mexicans? Because you use Mexican, right? Nicki's from, both her parents was from there, from what I know. I think both her parents are Trinidadian, though. I think her original father, I think her biological father is Trinidadian, and I think her mother, Cardi B's mother, is from there. But Cardi B's mother is Trinidad, but I'm not sure that both of Cardi B's grandparents are like her mother is from Trinidad and Tobago, but I don't know if her grandfather was Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I mean? But her mother is from Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. That's what they say until it's proven different. I don't know why they would lie about that. They've kept the same story since they came out, right? So I don't know why someone would lie about where their mother was from and then say the father from Dominican Republic. But people, I guess, use it as an insult to say, oh, she's Mexican. So, I guess y'all are racist against Mexicans. Because why would that be Why would that be an insult? Ain't what's that actress name? Salma Hayek. Ain't she Mexican? And all these women that be talking about, oh, Mexican. I bet you they don't look as good as Salma Hayek. She Mexican. So already into this video, you have a Nicki Minaj fan asking, why they treat Nicki like that? And she's already shading, and she ain't even a minute in. Right? And part, what, Dominican? So how did y'all get Mexican? So that's a small fragment of your problem right there. All right? Cardi B is not Mexican.
Put the phone down when I say this. One of the things that I fucking hate the most about the black community, bro, is that we literally don't stand for nothing. Not for real. Like, cause why did y'all do that lady like that? I need some real answers. Come on, answer. Why? Like, she not a good example for the black community? Was she?
No.
She not holding that shit down? Was she not talented as fuck? Did she not work hard for that shit?
Yeah, she's talented, absolutely. Worked hard, absolutely. But a good example for the black community? No.
Was she not giving back to her community? Was she not a good example of a successful black woman?
Was she not giving back to her community? Well, what has she given back to the community? You know, in the amount of years that Nicki Minaj has been in the game, what has she given back to the community? You'd have to tell me. Now, somebody hit me up, was like, oh, she did such and such, and she she gave a couple of scholarships out, right? But for the amount, let's compare Nicki Minaj to to another black woman who's been in the game just as long, right? Nicki Minaj is very rich. She's very rich. But she's also been a millionaire since when? 2010, 2011. And she's done some things, yeah, but compared to a lot of the other artists that's been out as long as her, I don't know. But has she done some things? Yeah. She's done some things. Let's see. But as far as her being a good role model for the community, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say any female rapper, you know, unless they're Rhapsody or Queen Latifah, or MC Light. Like I don't really remember, or Missy Elliott. I wouldn't even call any of these female rappers out right now a good role model for young girls. I don't let my daughter listen to no female rappers that are out. My daughter doesn't listen to any female rap. She's not allowed to. She don't know who Sexy Red is. She don't know who Ice Spice. She don't do Ice Spice is because she saw her in a movie. She saw Ice Spice on a movie. So she knows who Ice Spice is. She knows, of course, she knows who Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are. But she's not allowed to listen to their music. She can listen to old stuff, like she's allowed to listen to Moment for Life. She's allowed to listen to the song that Nicki got with Fergie. That's actually one of my daughter's favorite songs. The song she got with Fergie. and stuff like that. She's not allowed to listen to any Cardi B, no Megan Thee Stallion, no Sexy Red, no Glorilla, no Lotto, no none of them, no Doja Cat.
Like, I'm genuinely confused. Like, why did y'all do her like that? And to replace her with a Mexican?
And she is again. Cardi B is not a Mexican. That's who you're referring to. Cardi B is not a Mexican. So I don't know who else you could be referring her to that we replaced her with, but Cardi B is not a Mexican, and nor did we replace Nicki Minaj.
Of a successful black woman, like, I'm genuinely confused. Like, why did y'all do her like that? And to replace her with a Mexican that go in the booth and fucking sing karaoke is bonkers. Because they will never do the same for you. Because look how hard white people is making it for Beyonce to make country music. Even though black people started it, they not even letting Beyonce.
The same Beyonce who won album of the year with a country album. The same Beyonce who sold out one of her biggest tours ever, Cowboy Carter. Yeah, a couple of country fans were mad, and a couple of country artists were a little jelly, but they didn't stop Beyonce from making a country album. She made a country album. So how can you say they stopped her from making a country album? She made a country album. She went to the Country Music Awards. She won Album of the Year on a country album. So I don't know what she means by they don't even let Beyonce. So Beyonce won Album of the Year with a country album.
Come in their space. You think Latino people gonna let a black man come in and start making Spanish music and then turn on they Latino?
Mocha. Mocha is a black American singer-songwriter who creates corridos R&B, blending traditional Mexican regional music with American R&B. Right? Nori, who is a rapper, he's Afro-Boricua, hip-hop artist, notably teamed up with various Latin icons to release Oye Mi Canto.
People and be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna start listening to this.
Beyonce recorded a Spanish language version of a hit song Irreplaceable and teamed up with Colombian star J Balvin for the official remix of Mi Gente. Snoop Dogg, he collaborated extensively with Latin artists, notably jumping on the reggaeton and Latin track Pistola with Mexican rapper Elimand. will.i.am, the Black Eyes frontman, has long embraced Latin music, recording massive bilingual hits like Ritmo, Bad Boy for Life with J Balvin. Akon, he frequently crossed over into the Latin market, recording popular collaborations such as Luna Liena with Baby Ranks and Angelito with Don Omar. So again, sis, what's her name? Jay Janari or whatever her name is. I'll get her name back. But again, here's plenty of examples, right? And I haven't heard any of them complain about them. Well, Latino people have been making hip hop for years, long before Cardi B. Big Pun was Latino. Facts, right? Fat Joe, facts, Latino. There's been plenty of Latino men and women. Oh no, let me get me a drink. Who has made hip hop music before now?
Nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go sit down. Like, we tired of listening to you. You old now. Go sit down. We done with that. This nigga popping. They would never do that. But we would. We would. Because we don't stand for shit. We always inviting folks to the cookout and shit.
So, yeah, you're partly right in what you're saying, but why is this only apply when it comes to your fave? Why does that only apply when it comes to your fave?
Like the way that agenda was pushed so hard to get this lady out of her position, even if it was higher up white people, like the people that we don't even see, black people, you didn't have her back. Media outlets, the general public, y'all turned on her just as bad. Like y'all left her for dead. Barb's and Nicki versus the whole world, and that shit was traumatizing. I'm not even Nicki. I'm not even her.
So was it okay for when Lil Kim got older? And I don't want to hear any Bobs tell me about, oh, she used to give Lil Kim up in the beginning. In the beginning. Then, once she got to a certain space, all of a sudden, oh, well, I was never really like Kim. I was like Foxy. So don't come to me with she always gave. No, she didn't. We all know what happened with Kim as far as the mentorship with that Baby said that she was going to have for Nicki and do the song together and all that. And then Nicki Minaj told Baby she didn't want Lil Kim to mentor, and she did not want Lil Kim to do the record with her. Right? By that time, she wanted Lil Kim's spot. She set us up on the record. So, yeah, at first, she was giving her props when she was down here. Then as she started coming up, all of a sudden, the props stopped. All right? And she was, oh, tell that bitch with the crown to run it like Chris Brown. Don't play with me. I know hip-hop. I was there.
You can just imagine. That shit is crazy. And for what? Y'all did her like that for what? But now got all these think pieces on the state of hip-hop. This is what y'all created. Y'all created this. Y'all created this. Now bask in it. Like, enjoy it. And yeah, if I was her, I would never make shit else. I'm not.
Put a one in the chat if y'all still with me. Y'all still with me? It's 2:10 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time. Put a one in the chat if y'all still with me on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube. Put a one in the chat. Before I continue, y'all still up? Because if you ain't still up, I'll cut the shit off. What's up, Michaela? What's up, Crimson? Projects in the building. Marcel. Oh, Marcel's in here. What? Marcel's still here? What? Is Kenji still here? Okay. I don't see Kenji responding. All right, let's continue. Just so I can wake up.
Coming to help y'all know more.
So, a couple of things. First and foremost, what Nicki Minaj is experiencing is happens in the industry all the time, especially with women. It's called deactivation. All right. Deactivation is a viral entertainment industry conspiracy theory, right? Let me find it. It's a viral entertainment and deactivation is a viral entertainment industry generally refers to a talent or creator voluntarily hiding or disabling their personal social media account. That's not what it was. Where is my thing? Okay. It's a viral entertainment industry conspiracy theory. It claims major music labels and Hollywood studios intentionally Stop pushing funding and marketing in artists once they hit a specific age of career ceiling. Instead of renewing their support, executives allegedly deactivate the veteran artist's career to replicate, clone, or groom a younger, cheaper version of them to take their place. The ceiling trigger. The theory states that when an artist reaches a certain age, right, often their late 20s or early 30s, no, it's really actually 35 and later, or demands a higher payout percentage, a hidden corporate switch flips. They are deemed too expensive or expired for the youth-driven market. This is all facts. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all can't get this nowhere else. I'm putting y'all up on game. Who gonna tell y'all about deactivation? Nobody else telling y'all about that. Right? This is shit that really happens in the music industry behind those doors. Right? Those negotiations that happen. Y'all make sure y'all hit up my Cash App. This is $Heaven Hollywood. I'm no longer monetized on YouTube, so y'all show your boy some support, man. It's rough out here. So that's the ceiling trigger flips. They are deemed too expensive or expired. The cloning phase. The industry executives allegedly search for a younger lookalike or sound-alike. The conspiracy community often points to pairs like Britney Spears and Lady Gaga, right? Or Beyonce or Rihanna, claiming one was phased down while the next was activated. The silent blacklist. Instead of public firing, the artist undergoes deactivation. So that keeps them from the embarrassment of just basically saying you're fired, right? That's what they get deactivated. Their music videos get lower budgets. Playlist placements vanish. Radio play drops and studio backing dries up, forcing them into a forced, quiet irrelevance. See, nobody keeping it real with y'all. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. Unfortunately, with women, once you get to a certain age, mostly black women, once you get to a certain age, they start looking for someone, a younger, better looking, or not even better looking, a younger you, right? It happens with them all. Mariah Carey, they tried to replace her with Ariana Grande. Paula Abdul got replaced with J-Lo. It happens. That's unfortunately, it happens. Once Mary J. Blige reached 35, all of a sudden they started trying to find new Mary J. Blige. Oh, Keisha Cole. Oh, Ashanti. Oh, Lil Mo. We got to find a new Mary J. Blige. But you know the reason why they do that? Because of y'all. Y'all are the ones out here saying, sit your old ass down. Aren't y'all doing that to Jay-Z? Aren't y'all doing that to Jay-Z? So it's cool. It's a crying shame with Nicki Minaj, but it's okay to do that to Jay-Z. It's okay to do that to Lil Kim. Remember when Lil Kim came out with Black Friday? What was y'all saying about it's still on YouTube. Go back and look at the comments of what people were saying. You see, Nicki Minaj didn't get replaced, right? Nicki Minaj didn't get replaced. But what happened is, once she started getting up to the age where Lil Kim was, when she tried to force her out of the game, and when she no longer wanted Lil Kim to be a part of the mix, she started fighting back with excuses. See, Little Kim wasn't saying the industry is against me, the uppers are against me. It was Nicki Minaj who was against her, and that's who she blamed. Baby and Nicki Minaj. She didn't say, oh, the whole industry wants me out of here. Even though she was facing deactivation as well. Okay, so it's understandable you being upset, but that's just the way the game go. It don't just happen to Nicki Minaj. Happens to them all. But the reason why it does happen to them all is because those white folks, you say the white people don't do it. No, they don't. No, they don't. They take care of each other. You got Mick Jagger and Bruce Springsteen, 70 and 80 years old, is out here still selling out stadiums. But Jay-Z doesn't, y'all, oh, he's 60 years old. Sit your old ass down. Oh, this time. So y'all only care about it when it affects the artist you like. So why are we doing this to her? Well, let's think of a couple of things. The Little Kim thing is one. Her attitude is another. Right? Her attitude towards other artists is another. So it's not like, Nicki Minaj was this. So Jay says Nicki Minaj isn't going anywhere. Well, where is she right now? I mean, when you think about she's not going anywhere, well, probably not. Not for, she's still going to be around. But every rapper's still around. But just like every other rapper, she can't make music forever. Because like I said, they're not going to allow you to make music forever. Now, you can make music, and you can still tour on your old music. And later on, look at 50 Cent. He ain't put out a hit since God knows how long. He's still touring on his old music. So no, I know she's not going anywhere. But Nicki Minaj is not doing rap music right now. And according to her, she's going another direction. So as far as she's not going anywhere, no, her music is still out there. You'll still be able to stream her music. You'll still be able to stream her old music. But the situation she's putting herself in, it's going to be almost impossible to come back to do rap music. You just shitted on rap music. You said you were ashamed of your lyrics. You said it's a demonic industry. You said people control you. They don't care about you. It's not a good place. The music industry is not a good place. So she can't. So she's gonna come on. At one point, she said, "You don't understand. They eat babies, right?" So you mean to tell me she's gonna come say all those things about the music industry and then come back and start rapping again? How's she gonna do that? Because people are gonna say all of her Christian nationalist fans that she's got now, that she acquired. How, after saying all the things she said about the music industry and the people in the music industry and rap music and what she feels about rap music, is she gonna come back rapping gospel? Now, she's going to come back rapping gospel. Okay. She can do that. Is she going to change the gospel rap? Then you're right. She can continue making gospel rap. She's gonna pull a Kanye. He's another one. And that's the reason why real people, the only people that's going to buy that are her fans. That's the only, with Kanye West. The only people that support Kanye West is his fan base. Because you said you were saved. You said you were saved. Right? And I didn't say anything was wrong with Christian rap. That's cool. If she does Christian rap, great for her. I didn't say anything was wrong with it's bigger than you think. That's cool. I didn't say anything was wrong with Christian rap. There's a lot of Christian rappers I like. But I said she's going to have to do Christian rap. Unless she comes back and says, oh, forget what I said back then. Right, exactly. That's all I'm saying. That'll be a contradiction. And then it's going to look like she's grifting. If she comes back after all she said and did, after saying, I turned my life over to God, I'm now believing in Christ, they don't let you say Jesus in the industry, but now that I turned my life back over to Christ, I'm saying Jesus again. You know, I was ashamed of my lyrics before. Oh, sometimes you get the feeling that you will hear another calling for another direction. So she's gained other fans from MAGA, from Republicans that never even heard a Nicki Minaj song. But since she's supporting Trump and she's now a Republican, she's going to gain other fans based on that. Most of them haven't even heard a record from her. So now them Christian nationalists are going to say, oh, she's saved. She's a Christian. She's a woman of God. And they're going to follow her. And then she's going to come back 9 months later and say, I can dick it. I can ride it. Try to dick up inside it. Really? Them Christian nationalists will lose their mind. And they'll say, oh, so you were just grifting. You were using God. You were using religion. And you were using us. She can't go back to what she was doing before. Unless, like Kenji said, unless she come back and plead temporary insanity. Oh, I was temporarily insane. I was insane when I did that. But the only people that will buy that at that point in time is going to be her fan base, because they buy anything. She'll pass gas and they'll call it perfume. So they believe anything she says. So she knows that she can trick them. Right? She knows she could trick them. Oh, let me go back to my video. It's perfect. Not to say perfect. Nobody's perfect. But Nicki Minaj doesn't have a good reputation in the business that she's in. Y'all don't see it because now, if y'all don't want to believe me, if you happen to know, right? Don't take my word for it. I was only in the music business 21 and a half years. What do I know? If you happen to know Julie Greenwald, Sylvia Rome, Tommy Mottola, Leor Cohen, what's Irvin's name? I'm taking the major guys. Then you got Lucien Grange. What's the dude in Rob? What's Rob's name? I forgot his last name. But the major guys, like the major guys from the top labels, let's say Universal, Arista doing this no more. Universal, Warner Brothers, Arista, whatever. If you know people that's high up there, if you don't want to believe me, just go ask them. If you happen to really know someone in the music business, since you don't want to believe me, just go ask them. What do they feel and say about Nicki Minaj around the music industry? It's not me. I'm not up there. It's not me saying it, because I don't know her like that. The only time I've ever been around Nicki Minaj, I've never had an issue. But again, I always tell people, I knew Nicki Minaj before she blew up. So, did she change since then? That's not for me to say, because I don't really know her like that. Right? But I do know from being in the industry, and like I've always told people before, started off Capitol Records, went to Crave, went to Redline with DMX's uncle, rest in peace, DMX. Then I wanted to get a job at ESPN. Wasn't allowed to because I didn't have any experience. So I went and did and produced porn for 4 years. After I came back from producing porn for 3.5 to 4 years, I then did Def Jam, and then I got my job at ESPN. And then I started my own media company. After I went to ESPN like 2 years, and I was like, this is for the birds. So I'm going to start my own media company. So people talk. So you can go ask any of those people. Right? That's what they're saying, not what I'm saying. Nicki Minaj doesn't have a good reputation in the business that she's in. Y'all don't see it because you're just fans. But Nicki Minaj inside the business, there's not a lot of good things. There's not a lot of people that vouch for her. And that's on Nicki Minaj, because Nicki Minaj was not like that when she first started. You remember when them little white girls was on Ellen crying over Nicki Minaj? That's when she was a good role model. But as you get bigger, and as your fan base gets bigger, and then when you turn your fan base into a cult, or a cult-like fan base, and then social media comes and plays a part in it, when it was time for her to start falling back, like everybody else, unfortunately, when she hit up in the 35 area and stuff like that, she was trying to fight it, and then all of a sudden, it was this person's fault. Check this out. Y'all remember when Ariana Grande, right? Remember when they first brought Ariana Grande out to take over for Mariah, to be the new Mariah when they were getting ready to deactivate Mariah Carey, right? Mariah Carey did not accept Ariana Grande in the beginning, right? And if y'all don't believe me, y'all can go back and check all these timelines on your own time. But when Ariana Grande, when they started to rise Ariana Grande up, because they wanted her to take over for Mimi, and Mariah Carey was not accepting of Ariana Grande. She would not mentor her. She would not talk to her. She would not do records with her. Because Mariah was saying, I'm still here. So why am I going to embrace someone who's coming to take my place? And when Mariah Carey did that, y'all remember what started happening? Technical problems, bad microphones, no playlisting. She out. Can I get some water? Can I get some water? Can somebody bring me some tea? Wasn't nobody doing nothing for her. She started looking bad on TV, started sounding bad on TV. Right? Kayla, no, I ain't lying. All of a sudden, we like, wait a minute, Mariah Carey sound bad? How did this happen? Yep, she can't sing anymore. She can't do this. And then, check this out. The moment she embraced Ariana Grande, everything went back. Everything changed for her. Everything changed for her. The moment she went back and started embracing Ariana Grande, then all of a sudden, everything changed for her. Then she's sounding good again, looking good again. Yep. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling y'all no lies. I'm telling you no lies. So they don't want you to be like, no, I'm not embracing that. They want you to pass the torch. They want you to pass the torch. Why it's different for the men, I have no idea. The men, it's different for the men because the men aren't really caring about look. Like, it's not really about the looks and the physical appearance of the men. It's not really about that. Most of the women, they're marketed with their face and body. They're marketed face and body first. Now they are. Talent used to be a thing in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Talent used to matter. But now talent don't matter. The only thing you got to do is have a nice look, you know, have a funny personality, and be able to come up with catchy phrases or catchy TikTok dances. Be able to go viral. And you can be a millionaire. It used to require talent. It doesn't require talent anymore. Right? It don't require talent anymore. That person's fault. This person. And then she became not likable. You don't have to believe me. Ask anybody. I was in the industry 21 and a half years. You can look me up if you don't believe it. And there aren't a lot of people inside the industry who like Nicki Minaj. And when you don't have people in the industry that you're in, that you made millions of dollars off, when you have people in that industry that when you get to a point where you're vulnerable and they can do something about it, they're not going to have any grace for you. They're not going to have any mercy for you because they're going to remember the way you shitted on them and the way you treated them on your way up. Sorry. That's the way it is. Hey. That's the way it happens, man. That's the way it happens. All right. So to answer this girl's question, for her saying, I don't think she should do any more music. Well, at this point, she may not have a choice. And let's not be, let's just keep it a buck. If she has done right by her money, if she has not squandered a lot of her money, Nicki Minaj should be rich until she takes her last breath. So if she's done right by her money, it's not like she needs the money. Like, I'm not in her pocket. I don't know how much money she has to her name or how much money she has in the bank or whatever the case may be. All I can say is, from the amount of money that she's generated, if she has done right by her money, she don't need to make another record. Right? She don't need to make another record. She'll have well enough money to survive. She's in her 40s now. She'll have well enough money to survive the rest of her days as long as she has done right by her money. So it's not like she needs to make music. But a lot of these artists, not a lot of them, but a good handful of artists that are out there right now, they're making money because, number one, what does a millionaire like more than money? More money. More money. So Bruce Springsteen, let me see. Bruce Springsteen, right? Bruce Springsteen net worth. Bruce Springsteen's estimated at $1.1 billion. Right? But Celebrity Net Worth says it's closer to $750 million. Bruce Springsteen last performance. Look at this. 2026. He's still touring. Still touring. He don't need the money. But he's still touring. Let's see. Hold on. Rolling Stones still touring. Current not touring. When they released their 25th studio album and considered touring it, they canceled all student plans for 2026 because Keith Richards was unable to commit to a rigorous touring schedule. But they were touring in 2024. They're potentially eyeing a traditional multi-city tour in 2027. So these people are still touring. They're up in their 70s and 80s, and they're still touring. Not that they need the money, because they want more money, right? And some people still love it. You know, me personally, if she did come back to secular music, let's just say she comes back, she says, oh, you know, I was going through a mental breakdown. I was going through some things, you know. I apologize to the hip hop community. What. And I'm back, right? If she said that, would people, I mean, again, we're not talking about our fans. When people, you know, if fans say, oh, we're never turning, we know that. We know that. But her fans are only a portion of the world, a small percentage of the world. So if she gets back all of her fans, and she won't get back all of them, because some of them, you know, a portion of them already said, nah, I can't rock with it. But then she's gotten some supporters from MAGA who not really supporting her music, but because they say, oh, she's a Christian, you know, she's a Christian now, let's go support her because she's a Christian nationalist. They'll probably never listen to her music on Spotify. Or if they do, they'll just go listen to it. Just, oh, I've never heard of. Let me turn on Moment for Life, or let me turn on something like that. Oh, I do remember Starships. I'll turn that on. So because she has a cult-like following, she's never going to be like, oh, Nicki Minaj lost all her fans. That's never going to happen. But the longer she waits to come back to music, the harder it's going to be to regain the momentum, because music is changing every 2 months. People are changing every 2 months. People are changing. People are different. Every 2 months, somebody different. Something about you is different every 2 months. And the longer you wait, out of touch, out of time, out of touch, out of time, girl. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. I'm out of my head when you're not around. Out of sight, out of mind. Right? Now, Drake. And this ain't even really about Drake, because Drake didn't say anything. But I want to talk about this dude. Another dude on TikTok. There's another dude on TikTok. I was getting at the TikTok folks today. All right. The people were sending me, so now that I have a different computer, right? Now that I have a different computer, I can get with these these people on TikTok. Now, this dude right here I've seen before, and I've already had a run-in with him. So the moment they sent me this video, I was like, oh, okay, this clown. I've already had a run-in with him on a panel. I cussed his ass out back then. So when I saw this video, I was like, and they're like, oh, can you respond to it? Can you do a reaction to this? I was like, this clown ass nigga. But whatever. So we're gonna talk about this. And that's going to bring us into Kendrick Lamar. Okay? So we're going to talk about this real quick, and it's going to bring us into Kendrick Lamar and the whole rap thing, and we'll talk about Cardi B speaking out, right? So let's go into this because people were asking me about it. That's why I did the 2 videos of these. People sent it to me on TikTok. Oh, do a reaction, do a reaction. What do you have to say about him? All right.
If this doesn't work for you, we promise a 10-fold refund immediately. Yes, you heard that right. A 90-day risk-free guarantee, or you get 10 times your money back.
All right, we just wrapped.
Oh, this isn't it. Wait a minute. What up, yo? It's your boy Hollywood in the building. Oh, here it is. So sorry, guys. Is that him? Yeah. All right. Here we go. This Drake stan on TikTok, a Drake content creator, is speaking on the recent events of when a DJ, I think it was a block party or something in Toronto, was playing Kendrick Lamar, and a Torontonian or a Toronto Drake fan came and took his speaker and splashed it in down on the ground, on the concrete, breaking it and shattering it. So this Drake stan is saying that this is Kendrick Lamar's fault. So let's take a listen to what this Drake stan has to say about this, all right?
Someone got caught playing Kendrick Lamar off of a speaker in Toronto, and well, they got their speaker thrown on the streets. Now, I don't condone this behavior. You should never go around violating people's property or physically assaulting people.
I just want to throw this disclaimer out there. I was as nice as possible to this dude. I hate this dude. I've hated this dude for many years. I don't like him. He's a fraud. He's passive aggressive. I don't like this guy. We got into an argument, as a matter of fact, 2 years ago, we got into an argument about Drake. And he didn't like Drake. Me and him got into a damn argument. I forgot what song. I forgot what song was about. But we got into a total argument about it. May have been the Jack Harlow song or something. So it was more than 2 years ago. But now here he's back flip-flopping, and I'll tell you how I tie flip-flopping into this video.
Because they like one artist over another, or they're listening to music from a certain artist. I certainly don't support that. As much as I talk about hip hop on here, I never believe in physical violence. I don't think that's necessary as Black people, right? However, what I will say is I really blame Kendrick Lamar for this, and this is why. My biggest issue with the beef, it wasn't so much even Kendrick calling Drake a PDF or whatever, because I really don't think anyone would believe that, and I don't think that really hurt Drake's reputation at all, really, if I'm going to be quite honest.
Well, if first of all, I'm going to stop you right there. If it didn't hurt Drake's reputation and nobody believed it, why was he suing? That was one of the main reasons. And in his lawsuit, it said it hurt his reputation. Drake sued Universal Music Group for defamation over Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Drake claimed the track falsely branded him as a PDF, which it did, damaged his reputation, which it did, decreased his brand's value, which it did, and put his family in danger, which it did. However, a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit, ruling the lyrics were non-actionable opinion within the context of a rap battle. So this guy is saying, oh, it really wasn't a big deal because it didn't damage Drake's reputation. Well, that's not what Drake said. That's not what Drake said, sir. He said in the lawsuit, it damaged his reputation. And if somebody's calling you a PDF and you're not one, what do you mean it didn't damage his reputation? So you're already wrong. Said it hurt his reputation. So I'm already disagreeing. Drake said it hurt his reputation. All right, so I don't know what you said. I don't think it really bothered her.
I really don't think anyone believed that, and I don't think that really hurt Drake's reputation at all, really, if we can be quite honest. What he tried to do is he tried to other Drake and say that he wasn't a part of the culture because of his background, because being from Toronto, he kind of mocked that. And to me, that's a dangerous thing to do. I'm 41 years old. I lived through Tupac and Biggie in the 90s. I saw what that did to the hip hop community. I saw all the lives ruined and taken from us, some of our legends that we'll never get back. And I understood that when you make a rap beef about, a particular region versus this region, and you try to other the other individual because of that, that is a potentially dangerous line to go down. And I blame Kendrick for that. Interesting enough, a few weeks ago, Canada was.
So you're 41 years old, right? If someone, hold on. He said he's 41 years old. I just don't feel like doing math right now. So he's 41 years old. When did Tupac die? 96 or 95? When did Tupac die? 96. Dude, you 11. Let's just pipe down. My daughter's 11, right? My daughter's 11 years old. If J. Cole died right now, my daughter would not be affected. Let's just take it easy. Take it easy. You were 11 when Tupac died. Just pipe down. I saw what it did to the community and how much we... Easy. Easy, buddy. You were 11. That's like these Aaliyah fans. Oh, when Aaliyah died, you were 1. You were 1 year old. What are you talking about? That's why I can't stand these young folks get up and start talking like, oh, they was around. Oh, I lived through Tupac and Biggie. Oh, Aaliyah, if Aaliyah never, if Beyonce never, if Aaliyah never died, Beyonce wouldn't be where she is. Oh yeah, Aaliyah's my favorite artist. Oh yeah, how old were you when she died? 1. Nigga, please. Let's just simmer down. Just simmer down.
Was in Houston for the World Cup. They were playing a World Cup game here. And I was out and about, and these Black Canadian people were out partying at a place I was at, and Drake's song came on, like, and everybody's jamming it. And the Black Canadian dude looked at me. He's like, "Oh man," he's like, "So y'all actually like Drake here in America?" And I looked at him and said, "Yeah, man." I was like, "We love Drake." I said, especially here in Houston. And I had to, explain to him the Houston vibes. I was like, "We love Drake here, man. It's not." I was like, "We were never on that." And the Canadian guy was like, "I'm glad." He's like, "Because he's like, I didn't want any issues. I just, I like all hip hop music, and I thought, being."
This story's cap. I'm sorry. This story is cap. I want to hear from the guy who said this to you. I want to hear from the guy who said this to you. This story sounds like cap.
From Toronto that y'all would hate me and stuff. I was like, "No, man, you're not." And like, I dabbed it up with the dude, and we chopped it up a little bit, him and his friends and stuff. And I think he had his girlfriend with him. Real cool people. But it's so unfortunate that that seed was planted into someone's mind, right? That as a Black person, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all Black people, no matter where we're at in the world. As a Black person, you feel uncomfortable going to another place to party with other Black people because you feel like they're going to dislike you because of the region you're from and stuff, right? So I really didn't appreciate Kendrick doing that during the beef. I felt like it was sort of like a sucker way out of a battle instead of really battling the man and standing on your lyrical abilities. I thought he kind of took a sucker route out.
Well, wait. Instead of standing on his lyrical ability, when you're in a rap battle, sir, what? And everybody knows I love Drake, right? I'm a fan of Drake's music. I'm a fan of Drake's talent. I've always been a fan of rapping Drake. I'm not a fan of Drake's antics, and I'm not a fan of that damn singing. I've always been a fan of Drake's rapping. But every single time Drake, either they say he lose a battle or he comes up against somebody that the battle is some people say lost. Why does Drake and Drake fans always come up with rules in rap battles? Oh, I think it would suck away out of you. You couldn't beat the man with lyrical ability. All of it is lyrical ability. When you're battling somebody, it's just like in battle rap. When you watch a rap battle on Smack or whatever, they don't have rules. They don't have rules. Oh, you can't talk about his mother. Make sure you don't talk about his kids. Make sure you don't talk about his girlfriend who passed away. Make sure you don't talk about that. Oh, and then, use your lyrical ability. Nigga, what? So now, not only do y'all say, oh, call him a PDF, that was taking the sucker away out, he would use lyrical ability. Now you can't even talk about where he's from. So now that's also taking the sucker away out. So what can he say? What can he say? So Kendrick could have said, oh, talking about my height, I think that's the sucker route. I can't control my height. I can't control what size I am, how tall I am. That was a sucker route. What? How's he taking the sucker way out by talking about where you live? This is the thing with these Drake fans, man. With these Drake stans, the ones that have these parasocial relationship with these celebrities. I don't have parasocial relationship with celebrities, dude. Like I had parasocial relationship with celebrities when I was like 13, 12. Like I had a parasocial relationship with Brooke Shields when I was like 12 years old. I swore Brooke Shields was my girlfriend. There's people right now on the internet that are in parasocial relationships with celebrities, and they're like in their 30s and 40s. That is a mental illness. That's a mental illness. By now, you should have transitioned to, yeah, I'm just a fan of it. I'm a fan of their music. I'm a fan of their music. I don't know them personally. These people on this internet, you see, Drake was snubbed. Adapter Rocky. Did you see Drake was snubbed? ASAP Rocky. Did you see Drake? Say that. Put that again, Ray. Put what you meant. You all over the place right now. He snubbed ASAP Rocky, or he was snubbed for ASAP Rocky. Then you have to tell me what actually he got snubbed for. I'll wait, Ray. Did you see Drake snubbed Drake ASAP Rocky? Did I see Drake snub ASAP Rocky? No. I heard what he shaded ASAP Rocky. You mean? Snub means you got like gypped out of an award or something like that. So you mean he shaded ASAP Rocky? I heard he did something like was making fun of his something. I do remember hearing something like that. I don't even know why Drake is still messing with ASAP Rocky. Like, what's the point? Right? I don't even know why he still cares about ASAP. Okay. Let me see if I want something. Yes, shade him. Okay, no, I didn't see it, but I did hear about it. Let's go back to this dude, man, so I can finish up with him and getting his ass paused.
And try to make it a us versus them thing. And it ended up really not working out for him in the end anyways, because as we can see, we all still listening to Drake. But
again, Kendrick Lamar was not trying to make you not listen to Drake. See, this is the Drake stands problem. Oh, you know, it not working out in the end. No, it worked out pretty good for Kendrick in the end. I don't know where these Drake fans are getting this. It didn't work out for Kendrick in the end. Oh, it aged like this. Kendrick Lamar had the biggest year probably since when? DMX 97 or whenever DMX had that huge year and he put out 2 back-to-back platinum albums. or since 50 Cent, 2000 and what, 4, we Get Rich or Die Trying, and then he did a million copies of Massacre like in 2005 or whatever. I don't know. 2024 for Kendrick was pretty big. All the Grammys, the Super Bowl, the #1 records. What do you mean it didn't work out for him in the end? It seemed like it worked out pretty good for him in the end, champ. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, and then we all still listen to Drake. Well, of course you still listen to Drake. A battle with the battles are not meant to make you not listen to the other person anymore. This is what Jay-Z was talking about. This is what Jay-Z was speaking on. We don't want it so you don't like Drake. No. Back in the day after Nas and Jay-Z, hell, I had both their stuff. I went out and bought Takeover, the Blueprint, and then when Nas dropped, I ran and got Stillmatic. I like both of them. When Nas put out records at Jay, I was like, ooh, let me see what Jay gonna come back with. Oh, snap, Jay came back. Yo, Jay got him back. Yo, what Nas gonna come back with? That's hip-hop. Oh, I'm gonna get to that. Marcel, because this dude made himself look dumb.
But you see what happened to a fan of his in Toronto. And who knows? That guy may have not even been a fan. He might have just been playing the song. He might have been a Drake fan too. That's possible too, to like both artists. However, you have people in Toronto who feel violated now, man. That's why when he was there doing his concert, he had like a whole security escort in and out the city on 2 nights in a row. He didn't want to spend the night there in Toronto, man, because he felt that unsafe.
Nigga, please. This is where I got to cut this fool off. First of all, Drake rolls around Toronto with security. They are celebrities, sir. They're millionaires. And especially if you're in a strange city, don't matter that it was Toronto. He would have did the same thing if he was in New York, if he was in Detroit. He would have did the same thing. He's a millionaire, a celebrity, and he's in a strange city. Oh, he left out with security because he felt that unsafe. What? He did?
Mm-hmm. And he has no one to blame but himself for that, man. So, rappers really have to. First of all,
watch me get this dude. They're going to have security regardless, all right? He's coming in he is a celebrity. There's no Drake don't even walk around without security. All right? Drake don't even walk around Toronto without security. So you can't say, oh, he had security. That's the reason why. And, blame this on him because, especially here in Toronto, Kendrick Lamar sold out both nights in Toronto. Not only that, where was this energy? If it's okay to smash people's stuff, where was this energy down at New Ho King when Drake fans or Toronto Kendrick fans were down there playing They're Not Like Us, dancing in the background in New Ho King, the Chinese restaurant that Drake made famous? Where was that energy then? How come you didn't go in there and throw their speaker on the ground? Where was this energy when he was performing in Drake City? When Drake City allowed him, damn him not wanting to spend the night, why was he allowed to even come to Toronto and perform that song? Can you imagine Tupac coming to Brooklyn to the Barclays and say, I'm gonna perform, hit him up. You think that would happen? So why was Kendrick, if Toronto is so much behind Drake and feels so violated, why did they allow Kendrick Lamar to come there, do 2 sold-out nights, do They Not Like Us, and have people saying, F Drake, again, A minor. If you were so violated, why was Kendrick allowed to come to Drake City? The city that he made famous and put on the map as far as hip-hop goes. Yeah, we know about Cardinal Fitzgerald, but Cardinal Fitzgerald was more, he wasn't in the United States. He wasn't mainstream. Drake made Toronto mainstream. And you allow Kendrick Lamar to come there and do the very same song in Drake City that he sued for. And you're talking about, oh, you blame Kendrick Lamar because Toronto feels violated. Man, get the hell up out of here with that. Now, online, what happens is this with Drake fans. Toronto, I spend a lot of time in Toronto. I'm in Toronto right now. Let me tell you something about Toronto. And Toronto, like a lot of other cities over the years, has changed. It used to be a very loyal city, right? But over the years, you've had more people move to Toronto who are not Canadian or not from Toronto. So they don't feel that they need to be loyal. However, Drake is supposed to be different. All right? That's like Toronto's son. Drake is like Toronto's son. Born here, never moved, has businesses here, built his main home here where mostly all the other Canadians, they'd have built their main home in California and New York. So that most of these celebrities, their main home is not in Toronto, the ones that are from Toronto. Justin Bieber's main house is in California. He's from Toronto area, whatever. The Weeknd, his main house is in LA. He's from Toronto. Shania Twain is from Canada. Don't really remember which place. Her main house is like in Tennessee or something like that. Drake is one of the few who come from Canada, and he built his business, his main office. Business is in Toronto. His main home is in Toronto. So he is most definitely, if they say the sixth god or whatever, he is closest to the king of a city that there should ever be. Now, a lot of y'all weren't around for the East Coast, West Coast beef. Right? A lot of y'all wasn't around for that. But, let me type this. I put in, right? What happened, right? What happened when Snoop Dogg tried to film the New York video during the beef, the East Coast, West Coast beef. You want to know what the answer is? While filming in Red Hook, Brooklyn, right? So these fools are in a beef with New York, and the main rapper is from Brooklyn. They're in a beef with Biggie Smalls, the king of New York, the king of Brooklyn, whatever. They attempted to film the song New York, New York, big city of dreams, an attempt to mock New York. You want to know what happened? Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound production trailers were ambushed with gunfire. The attack, which Snoop Dogg later attributed to the Notorious B.I.G. broadcasting their location on a local radio station, prompted the group completely alter the music video's concept. The incident led to several significant changes in events. The Godzilla concert, the music video was originally meant to be a love letter to New York, which is BS. Following the shooting, the group retaliated by using green screens and CGI to make them seem like 100-foot giants stomping on and crushing New York skyscrapers. All right. So that's what happened in 95 during a beef when people from LA came and tried to film a music video, right? Drake was called a PDF by Kendrick Lamar, right? And he was called a PDF by Kendrick Lamar. And then Kendrick Lamar came to Drake's city and broke Drake's record for the most tickets sold in Toronto. In the middle of a beef with the king of Toronto. And also the main song being a song that this numbnuts just said was a violation and a disrespect to Toronto. Because Kendrick Lamar was saying all of Toronto is not like us and is not of the culture. So this is the sixth guy. This is the king of Toronto, right? This is the man who is suing because Kendrick Lamar is basically telling the public, and he stood up in front of Super Bowl and told millions of people that Drake was a PDF or assumed that he was a PDF. You see all of the drama is causing Drake, all the problem is causing Drake. But yet and still, you ain't gonna turn down that dollar from Kendrick Lamar, and you let Kendrick Lamar come to your king's city and call him a PDF in front of all of Toronto. And had everybody in there saying, again, again, again. And then he performed it again. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Again, again, again. A minor. in his city. And you talking about we felt violated and that's what happens. It's your fault that we did this to this guy. How come you didn't do it to these dudes that are hopping around looking like goofs? How come you didn't do it to these goofs that are doing the shit walk? Because they weren't doing the crit walk. Why did you go slam their speaker? Then for the ultimate insult, right? The ultimate insult. Drake. New Hope King. New Hope King. This is the Chinese restaurant in Toronto that Drake made famous. Drake was, I believe he had a famous robbery or whatever. He was at New Hope King long time ago when he got robbed or whatever, or got a gun pulled on him or whatever. But he mentions New Hope King. He, when he went to New Hope King, they used to have a picture of Drake and New Hope King. He mentioned that. He's mentioned New Hope King on his music before. So when everybody comes to Toronto, they're like, yo, we got to go check out New Hope King. Because Drake talks about it, in his music. So that's great promotion for them. That's free promotion. That's the best promotion. If the king of Toronto is saying, we have New Hope King got this, we go to New Hope King and so, right? Everybody says when they go to Toronto, oh, we got to go down to New Hope King and try out that fried rice and dip sauce, right? New Hope King went because then remember Kendrick said, I might go to Toronto and go to New Hope King and order the fried rice with the dip sauce thrown in. I might order it, fam. And New Hope King, the Chinese restaurant that Drake made famous, went and made a Kendrick Lamar meal. Of all the slaps in the face. They had people coming to the restaurant saying, I've never been here before and I don't even know what it is, but I want the Kendrick Lamar special. I have no idea what it even is, but it's a Kendrick Lamar special. I want to try it. And this jive turkey got the nerve to talk about they felt violated and he didn't feel safe, and that's the reason why, and it's his fault. When the Chinese restaurant that Drake made famous was making meals for Kendrick, named after Kendrick Lamar. Not only that, they were all dancing and doing the shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop to his record. They not like us, and they all saying A minor, sitting on the tables, over egg foo young. But he didn't feel safe. It's his fault. We don't play about Drake. Unreal. If that was New York in the middle of a beef, now I don't know about now in this climate. But when all of my legends What, Drake getting younger? Or let's say if this was back in the 90s, there would be no way an out-of-towner was beefing with one of our legends, our king of our city, and would be able to come to our city and disrespect our king. Hell no. Hell no. Hip hop. Let's see. So it said here on July 21st. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on. Let's go over to this. For the first time in months, there are no rap songs in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10. Okay, Top 10. Drake's Janice STFU exits the top 10 on this week's chart after spending 8 consecutive weeks on it. I mean, well, so what? It's not on it this week. That's still good. That's still good. The last rap song to appear in the top 10 was Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther, which made its final top 10 appearance after an incredible 27-week run. Wow. After a 27-week run. And before Luther, Luther was probably bigger record than They Not Like Us. Wow. 27 weeks Luther spent in the top 10. That's half a year. That's a half a year. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still with me. It is 3:31. Put a 1 in the chat if you're still with me. 1 in the chat if you're still with me. I should have actually cut this live off before 2 hours and then went to Patreon. So hold on a minute. Marcel. Hey, Michaela. Kenji, where you at, Kenji? Text your ass again. Wake up. Get up, Missy. This ain't no rest home. YG in the game. Ray, I'm about to check it out. I've totally forgot that they was having a versus. I better have won something. Hold on, y'all. I gotta check and see if I won anything. If these holes didn't win me not one thin dime, I'm not fucking with the WNBA no more. I swear to on my mama. If these whores did not win me some money, if I lost I placed 5 bets today. 5 bets. If I did not win 1 bet, I swear to God, I will never fuck with the WNBA again in my life. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, I'm about to say. I'm about to say. I'm about to say. Your boy won. Yep, your boy hit. Hold on. Let me see what happened here. Let me see what happened. WON hit on a 10-pick parlay, nigga. Paige Beckers, 15 points. Jester Shepard, 4 assists. Carla Leety, 4 assists. AZ Fudd, at least 1 3-pointer. Paige Beckers, at least 1 3-pointer. Paige Beckers, at least 5 assists. Bridget Carlton, at least 10 points. Jessica Shepard, at least 10 rebounds. Jessica Shepard, at least 10 points. And Carla Leety, at least 12 points. Bam! You're so I'm falling asleep. Ray, girl, wake up. Bam! I hit on that. And then I hit again. And then I hit again. Come on. And then I hit again. And then I hit again on an 8-pick parlay. Huh? Shakira Austin, at least 18 points. Bam. Sonia Citron, at least 10 points. Bam. Jackie Young, at least 15 points. Bam. Kiki Arafat, at least 10 points. Bam. Paige Beckers, at least 15. Bam. Jessica Shepard, at least 9 rebounds. Bam. Paige Beckers, at least 4 assists. Bridget Carlton, at least 8 points. Woo! I fuck with her now. Michaela. Yes, I do. Yes, as the queen say, yes. Withdraw. Nope, I don't want to wait around. Withdraw immediately. Child. Hold on now. Woo! Do you want to wait to withdraw? No. Withdraw immediately. Yes. Yes. Say Michaela. What happened? What happened? Listen. 10-pick parlay. 10-pick parlay. What? An 8-pick parlay. What happened? 10-pick parlay. A 10-pick parlay. What happened? Shit. Oh, you sleepy, Ray? Okay, Ray. Just catch the rest. Catch the rest when you wake up tomorrow. That is wild. I know. What happened? A nigga hitting on a 10-pick parlay. What happened? Michaela, what happened? I'm starting on y'all. What happened? What? Yeah, oh my mama, and Paige Becker said, hold my beer. Hold my beer, I got you, Hem. Hold my beer, I got you. What? Not one, not one, not one, not uno, but dos. But dos. Dos parlay. Dos parlay. Yes. Do you want to hold? No. Withdraw immediately. Back to the hammer, money. Who y'all think I'm running on? Okay. All right now. Yes. Like blah, blah, blah. Woo. Because she was a mess Sunday. Hey, leave Riri alone. She's still got the mom bod, you know. She still got the mom bod. All right. So people are talking about no hip hop, right? There's no hip hop on the top 10. I wonder if they're going to report it or just ignore it. The 4 greatest hip hop albums. This is BS. Drake, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, and Lil Baby. This is based off impact, longevity, dominance, hits, and chart performance. Stop it. For example, Billboard named My Turn as the biggest hip-hop R&B album of the 21st century. The rankings were determined by overall performance on the weekly top R&B and hip-hop album. And niggas, please. Stop it. Stop it, dog. Lil Baby's My Turn. How much did it sell? Man, stop it. Let's see. Oh, now Post Malone gonna bring his funky ass back to hip hop? No, thank you, Post Malone. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't think that's a big deal as of right now. Then the drone scared her. She almost fell. Wait, what? The drone scared Rihanna and she almost fell? Wait, what? Michaela, when did this happen? Rihanna must have been high. She must have been high. Okay, Michaela. Michaela, did you send back or did you respond back on IG? I don't even think you responded back on. I think you responded back that one day, but then you didn't respond back again. What's on your mind? Child? You mean voice note from days ago? You didn't do another one. I responded back to that too. Like blah blah blah. Hold on. Hold on. I just gotta change my. I got get my money in this account. Don't be playing with me. No. Pull deep in LeBron. Who y'all think y'all fronting on? Like blah blah blah. You talking about that old boy girl from 2 weeks ago? Child. I'm talking about an updated one. Updated, ma'am. Okay, let me look at this. He said she got scared by the. Oh, this is on Threads. Wait a minute. All right, let's go. While I'm loading that up, it said it was on Threads, sis. Wait a minute. What else you got to go over? Nicki music, Kendrick, Cardi. Okay, so Cardi B is basically telling y'all can kiss her grits because she not getting up. What is remember that time young Miami was like, I'm not coming up off that nigga until I get ready. That's basically what Cardi B says. She's not coming up off that nigga until she's ready. Right? Because hold on. I can screen record and resend it. All right, yeah. Let me send it. Okay, so Cardi B, let's get into her. Unless I can find something on. Hold on. I don't think there's nothing else on here. The Dave case. Fat Joe threatens 38 special. Fat Joe threatens 38 special. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go see what Cardi B talking about. Let's see. Cardi B Spaces. I just want to hear a little bit of it because. So this was Wednesday, July 22nd. 20 minutes. We will not be staying for the whole 20 minutes. Okay, hold on. Just gonna get a quick idea of what Cards was talking about. Okay. And then we're also gonna touch on it.
Hi guys. I just want to say because first of all, I woke up a little late. I woke up a little late, but I fell asleep a little late too. Not really. I went to sleep at the actual time that I'll go to sleep. I went to sleep last night at 4 a.m. But I had such a nasty allergy because I got bit by like 13 mosquitoes. And I had such a bad headache. And after drinking six fucking Excedrins, um, after drinking six Excedrins, it didn't go away. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna drink two fucking Benadryls, and I'm gonna like God take the fucking wheel, and I'm gonna sleep all fucking day and all night. And that's exactly what I did. I woke up like I woke up about 40 minutes ago. And I just want to say, right? I want to say, and this is two party game. I want to say, stop arguing for certain things because y'all keep saying, "Oh, why we gotta defend this? Why we gotta defend that? Why I got this and that?" Because at the end of the day, you see what happens when you see. Y'all be seeing what happened as soon as I even sneeze on somebody. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on a date with my cousin just so I could rape bait people and see and see how many fucking lies and bullshit people fucking make up. I want to make this very fucking clear to you guys, right? I'm used to shit like this. I'm used to shit like this since I was 20 years old. Since I was 20 years old. Some of y'all, I've been seeing some suggestions and y'all be like, oh, I want her to be single. I want her to be focused on herself. I want her to be this. Bitch, I'm not going to be single for the rest of my life. That's one. I was single throughout my whole tour. Single, not talking to nobody, not entertaining nobody, not anything. I slipped up, went back to some bullshit, left right away. And guess what? Ever since then, I've been living my life. I've been going outside. I've been chilling with friends. I've been vacationing. I've been drinking. I've been having a ball. But even me and my friends, even when we have a ball, we need some entertainment. Because at the end of the day, baby, like entertainment needs to be needed. The only difference between me and my friends is I can't do a lot. Because you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm Cardi B. I can just not meet the nigga in the club and it's like, oh yeah, let's not. I'm Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be a little bit more exclusive. Like it's like I'm Cardi. I don't even like certain I don't even like giving my number to niggas because it's just that I'm a person that is that I hate people. I don't even want a nigga to be like to even feel like they had the honor to even get my number type of shit. And I just don't be liking people like that. I don't find people attractive like that. I don't. That's why I stay with people for a long time because it's hard for me to like people like that. Could I pick better men? Probably, maybe so, whatever. But even if I do, one thing about it, two things for sure. I'm telling you this since I was 20. Since I was 20. As long as a nigga has a baby mom, fuck a baby mom. As long as a nigga have an ex-girlfriend, just an ex-girlfriend itself, this is going to happen. When I was 20 years old, I was dating this guy.
Okay, all right.
He was dating this crazy ass white girl.
So
Well, he that was an ex-girlfriend.
I
She
pretty much,
was
all
obsessed with
right,
me.
all right, Cardi. I know where this is going. I can cut this off right now. So she's basically going to talk about how, you know, it doesn't matter who she dates. You know, it's always going to be an ex-girlfriend or baby mama or whatever the case may be coming up. I don't even got to listen to the whole space to know that's exactly what she's going to say. She'll probably tell her fans, anybody that heard this spaces will probably tell me if I'm right or not. She'll probably tell her fans, stop arguing, you know, like she said, don't argue with other people about who she's seeing, and you know, she's gonna keep on seeing whoever she wants to see. So I thought there was gonna be something in that spaces that I can do something with, but there's nothing there. Like I don't care about their personal life. They ain't fucking me, so it really doesn't matter. Let's see. Kendrick goes drama. Oh yeah. So by the way, that Drake stan. I want to go to this. So Candace Owens. We don't really talk about Candace a lot. We don't really talk about Candace a lot. But it seems like Erica had some words for Candace Owens. So Erica, what's her name? Charlie, whatever. Oh, you know what I want to get into? Hold on. This is what I wanted to get into. Forgot about this. This ugly piece of garbage. This ugly, disgusting piece of garbage. If you guys have kids around, I don't know what you have kids up 4 o'clock in the morning, but if you have kids around, please either put your earplugs in or something so they don't hear this disgusting piece of garbage. So Charleston White was over in 3rd Ward or what have you, and there was rumors that he had gotten shot in Houston, but of course he's fine. Of course he's fine. I don't even really want to hear news about Charleston White if ain't nothing happening to him. If they say, oh yeah, he got beat up, you know, but you know, he was able to escape because he punched the guy and the guy never did nothing, or news about, he got stabbed, but you know, it didn't do anything. He just got stabbed in the arm and he's fine. And this, if y'all ain't gonna do nothing to the dude, ain't no sense even running up on him. Right? If nothing happened to him, they don't need reporting it. But Charleston White was in Houston, I guess it had something to do with Jay Prince Sr. And this dude walked in and he was on camera and he said, basically, he ain't checking in. Right? He said he's not checking in. Imagine me, I check in. I think he had said that before, but now there's rumors that he got shot and he's addressing these rumors. Like I said, it's going to be foul language, so be prepared.
I went to 5th Ward by myself. and the niggas wouldn't even take a plane get me. Not only did they shoot at the car, they called 30 niggas. Mob time. Mob time. The niggas showed up 30 deep, and all they wanted to do was to plead with me to apologize to James Prince. James Prince, fuck your mama, nigga. Fuck your mama, nigga. Do you hear me, James Senior? You sent the pussy hit squad. Y'all had a chance to get me. Honeycomb Brazy, all the niggas. I told y'all I was in the city. Told you niggas I was in the city. I told you niggas I was in your city, bitch ass niggas. I told you niggas I was in your city. I've been showing you my exits, my location. Who does this? I don't know no nigga that come to y'all city who don't check in and say, hey y'all, I'm in Academy. They wouldn't let me buy my mace. I went to Academy first to try to buy the mace. Cause I know I'm going to Fifth Ward. And I know it's gonna be a war, cause don't no nigga who disrespect Rap A Lot Records and Mob Ties show up in Fifth Ward after disrespecting Pimp C. Nigga, I said fuck George Floyd. I said fuck Rap A Lot. I said fuck Jay Prince, and had the nerve to walk back in the Fifth Ward neighborhood by myself with no police protection. I got to be the baddest nigga on the internet. I will be calling the FBI in the morning.
Now, how many times, you see, this is what drives me crazy, right? You see this Negro talking about the dead, disrespecting the dead, disrespecting the living, disrespect icons and legends, so-called gangsters. And this dude will walk out of there without a scratch on him. And he's still talking smack. So what happened? Where all the hard niggas at? Oh, Fifth Ward, woo, woo, woo. Oh, Jay Prince is this, Jay Prince is that. Jay Prince going waving off the gun and stuff like that in that little video. This is the second or third time we're gonna see something like this. When it was 6ix9ine, y'all had an excuse. Y'all said, oh, 6ix9ine traveled with police. 6ix9ine traveled with police. Oh, 6ix9ine came to Old Block when it was 4 a.m. Right? You know, the thing is this, Michaela. I've been saying this about this dude now for 3-4 years. And nobody ever does anything. Y'all must really be scared of this dude, man. On top of that, he said he walking around with mace. He don't be walking around with a gun. Y'all must really be scared of this dude. And I thought this was big, bad. Oh, but you see what Chicago and Detroit and Houston, what y'all do is you go kill Takeoff. You'll kill Takeoff, somebody who didn't say anything negative, somebody who was sitting there minding his business, and somebody who's non-confrontational. That's who y'all will go kill. That's who y'all will kill. Y'all will go kill PNB, who's sitting in freaking Waffle House eating waffles. Y'all will go kill him. But this worthless piece of trash can cuss y'all out, say F your mother, say F your dead homies, say F Nipsey Hussle, F Pimp C. And then y'all will say, man, nobody think about that nigga, man. That nigga just talking shit. But everybody else who ain't even talking shit and who are not non-confrontational people, not looking for no fight, y'all are going to kill them. I remember when 6ix9ine went to O Block. Right? Hold on. Six, 9 in O Block. And look at this. This dude was in a public feud with Chief Keef, right? With Chief Keef, Lil Reese, all these people, right? He is another one who disrespect Nipsey Hussle. Went to California. Disrespecting the dead. Saying F this one, F Chief Keef, F Lil Reese, F this one, F that one. F King Vaughn. Right? Then he pulls up. They said you wouldn't come to Chicago. Dude pulls up in Chicago. Right? After they said he wouldn't go to Chicago.
Y'all wanted me in Chicago? This O Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood? O Block right here. This what y'all wanted me in Chicago. This O Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
Hi, I'm here at O Block, but it has a gate. How do I get in? There's a police in the booth. Chicago not the same. Oh, you a clown, bro. You a clown? Well, if he's a clown, then y'all that live there are more of a clown because, oh, he came there 4 o'clock in the morning. So, what gangsters go to bed now? Criminals go to bed now? 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when y'all should be out doing all your dirt. So thugs have curfews now? Street niggas have curfews now? You came out there 4 a.m. What, you asleep, nigga? Nah. Criminals don't sleep. Oh, come back. For what? I was already there. Y'all pussy. Why would I come back? It don't matter what time he was there. It don't matter what time he was there. 4 a.m. So what? Ain't y'all up? All of the drug little towns and cities, whatever, when I was growing up, there was always somebody up. If you going to sleep, there's gonna be, in case a crackhead come by in the middle of the night, somebody got to serve him the work. This dude is talking, man, and then Jay Prince go around and wait until Mace and Cameron see this. Jay Prince go around like he the boogeyman. Like he the boogeyman.
To file a report. Why? Because James Prince sent a representative. So I would be going down to the FBI office in the morning to put this in documentation. Because we know he had Takeoff killed. We know he had Takeoff killed for the illegal gambling. And I got information on the illegal gambling and the Takeoff case.
Wow.
One of the people called me and gave me information. I stayed for 3 hours, my nigga. Just to show these niggas I really think I'm bad. I don't weigh nothing but 125 pounds, 5'8", one eye, with a hip that's taller than the other. I stayed in that bitch for 3 hours in Fifth Ward watching niggas take pictures, watching niggas pull up, and then a big old nigga with some muscles go come up there. He think we in cell together where he can scare me to apologize. Now, we were in the cell together. I might say, man, I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said to you. But, nigga, we ain't in the free world. We ain't in jail. We're in the free world. Can't now one of you bitch-ass nigga make me apologize, nigga. That's why I pat you on the shoulder and say, get with me later, nigga. Damn, they're passing y'all to my assistant. Man, we just need you to go back and apologize. Well, James, since you want an apology, here you go. Fuck your mama. I don't give a damn if bitch is dead or alive. James Prince Sr. Fuck your mama, nigga. Fuck your baby. Fuck a yours that tried to start the school of Prince with Baba Mean, but she wanted to give him some pussy. Fuck that bitch too that almost lost the kids to CPS. Fuck your abusive son that beat up and raped the bitches. Fuck you, James Prince. Fuck Fifth Ward, Texas, nigga. Fuck Fifth Ward. Most of them niggas were dope fiend crack babies born anyway after 81. Nigga, fuck your brother who was fucking them boys in prison, nigga. Fuck everything associated with the Prince family. And you can suck my dick with cum on every grave site of any motherfucker associated with your bloodline. James Prince Sr. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. I traveled around this country with no security, no protection, and I done disrespected Crippin' Blood, BGBD, J Prince, everything y'all think is dangerous. I done spit in his face, nigga. Woo. And walk around this motherfucker like I can't be touched.
Wow. And hey, what can you say? What can you say? I ain't seen number facts. See, now they'll go out there and kill some innocent person and then think they bad. They'll go and kill somebody that's sitting at a McDonald's drive-through. They'll run through there and spray them up when they with their kid and they not expecting it and be thinking they bad. Yeah, nigga, yeah. This nigga out there, they come out there 30 deep, wait till he pull off, and then fire some meaningless shots, knowing they ain't gonna hit his car. Knowing they wasn't gonna hit his car. He was right there talking to him. Why didn't you fill his ass full of lead? But y'all will shoot Biggie. Y'all will shoot Pop Smoke when he ain't ready for him. when he least suspected. Y'all are shooting Nipsey Hussle, he least suspected. But these niggas like him, like 6ix9ine, they come right to y'all city and talk shit and disrespect y'all's legends, disrespect y'all's mamas, disrespect what you'll stand for. And y'all let these niggas walk out of here same way they walked in. It's crazy. I don't ever want to hear Old Block. I don't ever want to hear Fifth Ward. They be like, oh, Jay Prince Jr. is about, nah, he ain't responding back. Notice how they don't respond back, right? What? Oh, y'all too big to respond back to him? This nigga crazy. Oh, he ain't gonna get me, put it down. I don't want to hear all that. He didn't have security. Watch they gonna come back and say, he said he didn't have security. He had 3 police cars right over there in that corner. Like, stop it. No, he didn't, nigga. This dude talked all that smack about all these legends, and nobody did nothing. Crazy. That's it for me. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think of Charleston White and about everything we talked about today. Is Charlton what look like he's spitting facts to me. Number facts, and I don't understand why this dude is still walking around here. But y'all niggas is pussy. All y'all try to act like you so tough and try to act like your city means something to you and this rapper means something to you and that rapper means something to you. Y'all niggas are scary.